Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, before we get into anything else, I just wanted to quickly say thank you to you guys for the awesome feedback you gave on, not the last episode, but the one before, just about how you found the channel and stuff like that. That was really insightful, and also it made me feel quite good. So that was nice, so thank you all for that. Also, since it is Tuesday or Monday when I'm recording this, it's time to thank new patrons. And this week, there's 3 of you, which is really, really fucking cool. And those patrons are Nemo, James, and Frank. So seriously, guys, all of you that have pledged, I suppose, to the Patreon over the past couple of months, that is incredibly great. I'm incredibly grateful and it's incredibly generous of you. And the fact that more of you keep doing it is just surprising. I'll say that. And just thank you to everyone that watches the videos. It's very, very cool. And now I sound like Joan Cusack's character in School of Rock, so I'm going to stop. So in the last episode, we had a bit of a problem with 2 defeats, and we only scored 1 goal, and that was pretty lucky from the penalty spot. And unfortunately, things have been a bit iffy as well as I predicted they would be. Against Vela, we were as bad as I expected us to be, basically. We held on for a little bit, but then 2 Eric goals either side of half-time, Kasper Jensen making it 3-0. Mariano and Bravo did pull us out the dirt a little bit with 2 late goals, but it was we had very few contributions towards this game. They were thoroughly good. We tried to play this one on counter properly this time. It just did not work, and I was left clutching at straws at this point. Conceded 1 more to make it 4-2. Very, very bad performance, and it pretty much put a huge dent in any hope we had of getting into the championship group this season. For the game against Kurga, I went straight back to attacking because my thought was we might as well go down swinging if it's not going to happen for us. And we actually played okay in the early moments of this one. Bravo's penalty again gave us the lead. Gardner's goal after half-time made it 2-0, and at that point I was actually quite happy. We were playing fairly solidly. They weren't creating massive amounts of chances, lots of long shots, and you know how it is. But the main difference in this game is I dropped the right-sided defender and brought in a guy called Olli Ikonen, who's only just signed for the club, and he actually was putting in a really strong performance until he went and got himself sent off on 57 minutes. And then from that moment on, it was all Kurga, and we couldn't hang on. Henrik Pedersen and then Jonas Wind, which is an absolutely glorious name, flying through and making it 2-2 with 5 minutes to go. We really could have done with winning this game just to get the confidence back. And the red card really didn't help us. The injury to Aldo Safety didn't help either. We're sort of stuttering a little bit at the moment. And then it finally happened. We did a good. And I think, looking at the stats for this game, we did thoroughly deserve to win the game. This is the best performance I've seen from us since before Christmas. We finally pulled one out. And we could have done this against other teams, but it just didn't seem to happen for us. I don't know what changes. Obviously, it was the second game in a row that we didn't play Nicky Rowland in that right-sided defensive slot, and that seemed to make a difference. I dropped our middle centre back to defend because I noticed they were getting played over the top against Lingby, I think it was. Gardner gave us the lead. Mariano Bravo got a late one, then they got one back, but then Mariano Bravo added a third one. We basically caught them on the break as they tried to come at us in this game. We could have had that clean sheet, the first one of the year, but we conceded from a corner, because of course we did. But a good performance and 3 points that were very much needed. Now, because I am a massive idiot, when the youth intake came through, I forgot to do the usual screenshot thing that I've done, mainly because the last couple of years, the youth intake has fallen during an episode, so I haven't had to worry about that. And there's me playing along, oh, yeah, and then I accidentally went straight through it. But this is the only guy worth talking about from that youth intake. This is Peter Surgård. I think it's Peter Surgård, who's come through. He's a central midfielder, so we did need one of those guys. He's certainly no sort of Jonas Svenningsson level talent, but he looks like he's not too bad. Fairly determined. He's got decent free kicks. I think he's an all-right young kid who can come through and might have a bit of potential for us later down the line. So I decided to get him on a contract anyway because, it's always nice to get something good come through. We're not going to get a Svenningsson every year, are we? We did have a couple more players come in. This is one who I did decide to sign up for a couple of reasons. His name is Boris Rudan, and he came in from Novigrad. So he signed for us for a team from the Witcher universe. So that's quite interesting for a start. Presumably their derby with Skelliger is proper heated. But more importantly is the fact that the guy's 6'6". He's a proper giraffe, like massive. Decent heading, obviously. Great jumping reach, determination, marking, tackling. He's not bad, but I signed him up just because of his height, and I figured he could probably do a job if we needed him to, just to nod things out the air for days. 6'6" is the tallest outfield player I think I've seen on this save. That's an interesting question for you. Not question of the day, but what's the tallest player you've ever had on a save? Obviously, our goalkeeper Gaston Garcia was 6'7". I assume you can get taller players than that. 6'8", maybe? Can you go any higher than that? Let me know. Show me. Send me screenshots. So because it is one of the final 2 games of the season, so to speak, it means the games are actually all on at the same time, which is a bit of an annoyance because it does mean we miss out on some TV money and our finances are looking a little bit. We've still got 200k in the bank. Plus we get, positional money after this match, and then we've got some more positional money coming fairly soon after that, plus whatever you get at the end of the season for sponsorships and stuff. I think we'll have enough in the kitty to maybe turn pro. The league, since I forgot to show it, is looking like this. We're currently down in 10th place at the moment. It's fairly comfortable for us, though. Really, the chances of us dropping any lower than 10th are fairly unlikely. We are 8 points above 11th place. And, well, you know, 8 points would put us in third. The other way. So we're actually closer to third than we are to 11th. So it's not quite as bad as maybe it would look, but we do still need to pick ourselves up a little bit. So for today's game, what do we do? Gardner, Bravo, Svenningsson, still going to be the front line for today's game. Jonas Svenningsson, our strike force really has slacked over the past month or so, basically. Bravo's been the only one really scoring goals, and thankfully he has been doing that. Getting a lot of penalties, but that's fine. He scores them all. As for the back line, I'm going to put in Ikonen back into the team because he actually did perform quite well in that game before getting red carded. He was playing like a 7.4. Obviously, the red card brought his rating down massively, but I was fairly impressed with what the youngster can actually do. He sounds Finnish, I'm aware of that, but he is not. He is a Canadian, another of the Canadians. He's a Finnish Canadian, of course, but I think he's pretty solid. It's not super tall. His heading isn't amazing, decent marking, tackling's all right, but a decent amount of physical abilities elsewhere and a good first touch as well. As for the rest of the team, Traore, Santos, Rogers Jr., Moscutsa, Roland, and Castaneda in goal. I see no reason to change that, although changing out who we had playing on this right-hand side of the defence, because I think that the main difference between us before and after Christmas was obviously the fitness levels, but also Alejandro Perez. Someone pointed this out as well, but I'd already noticed it, is that Perez not being in the team does seem to have made a difference to us defensively. And I don't know whether that's because we were springing balls over the top using him as well, but it definitely seemed to make a difference, and it's very annoying. On the bench, Garcia, Ruddy, Kovalchik, Zahidi, Basquez, McGarry Watson, and St. Brendan. Still haven't decided on a new contract. A lot of you guys said yes, and frankly, I think I might well give him an extension on his contract. As long as he doesn't want, like, moon money, then we'll keep him at the club, because he did wonders for us in that game, and he's been a club hero, frankly, and a hero of my heart. Right, so question of the day, and today's question is this: who is your favourite YouTuber? That's such a hard question for me because I'm subscribed to like 250 channels and I watch about 100 of them fairly regularly. YouTube is mostly my source of entertainment. So I wrote you a little list, but do be sure to drop your favourite YouTubers in the comments. Maybe link them so I can have a little look. So who have we got? Drew Gooden, as some of you guys might have heard of him, used to be a Viner. There's a sailing vlogging couple called Gone With The Winds. They're bloody cool. H3H3 Productions, most of you have heard of them. Jimmy Broadbent and Matt Malone, they're kind of iRacing kind of YouTubers. Mike Boyd does this thing called Learn Quick, where he tries to learn new skills, which is pretty cool. Nerd City, hard to Oh, I thought we were going to concede a goal there. Ralph the Movie Maker does sort of movie reviews, and Red Letter Media they do as well. And a guy called The Do, who basically just plays guitar on Call of Duty, and it's kind of cool. Svenningsson. So yeah, let me know who your favourite YouTubers are. I had a little bit of a list there, but I wanted to get through some of those. And drop any questions in the comments. And yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Anyway, Santos, Traore. This is not a bad start. Svenningsson. Oh, good strike. And Dahan with the save. That's not bad. Augustin, looking into the channel for Gardner, and he's got a bit of pace on him, you know. He's through. Oh, I thought we might have won a penalty there. Lingby are beating Kurger. Wow, it's rare that we ever actually... Oh, God. They're in behind. They're in behind, and they've missed. Lingby really are on one these days. They've really pushed up. That 3-0 defeat doesn't seem so bad now. Okay, so I've made a couple of changes, just to mark up a couple of extra players of theirs, basically. Because at the moment, we're not creating much. Neither are they, really. Augustin. Santos. Right, go on, lad. Over the top, and Gardner does it. That's better, or at least getting into positions to win the ball high up the pitch. Oh, there we go. Rogers Jr. into the channel. Right, we need a good cross now, Stevie. Svenningsson, and it's saved by Dahan again, but a good chance for the first time today, really. So, half-time. Dreadfully boring game, for the most part. But we're just going to try and have to pump them up and see what we can do in the second half. We just need something. At the moment, we're actually looking quite solid defensively, which is incredibly rare to be able to say. Sod's this game will be the first 0-0 that we've had probably in literally years. Moscutsa out wide, that's better from him. Getting into the spaces. Cross, that's so poor from Fabian Moscutsa there. The problem with this 4-3-3 is they really can do a number on our defence if they get into the right positions. Cleared away. I was hoping he could get a foot on that. He has, you know. Mariano Bravo, right, breakaway. What was that, Mariano? Mate, that's better. He's sort of won me over, kinda. Not really. Dahan looking long. Knocked out of the air. Gardner does well. Looking over the top. Svenningsson's in, you know. One touch. Oh, and he's hit it over the bar again. That was a second good chance for us today. This game has certainly not been a classic, that is for sure. But we're doing all right at the moment. So far, we're not doing too badly. Uh-oh, now there could be a problem. Get a bit outnumbered at the back here. Jensen. Watch out for that ball into the channel. Win it. Ah. Here we go. Moscutsa, look long. Finds Gardner. This is good. Breakaway time. Bravo's through. One touch and finish. Surely. Svenningsson over the bar again. Jonas, come on, mate. Keep your shots down. Okay, 60 minutes gone. Svenningson's playing appallingly. Zahidi's got that pace to maybe stretch him a bit more. The midfielders aren't really having a great game either. I'm going to swap these two over, though, and get Yusuf Toure into the playmaker role, or maybe even on a ball-winning midfielder. People said that they wouldn't mind seeing us try that out, so we'll give that a crack. And that's really all I want to do. Our defenders are actually playing quite well at the moment. Touch wood. We'll give this a crack, though. I just don't want to overdo it and risk conceding a goal and losing the game, because I feel like a point isn't a bad result for us. Zahidi, Rogers Jr. of all people, and at the back post with another shot. We should have scored a goal in this game. The fact that we're actually firing blanks in this game is quite disappointing. Like, we've had enough chances to have a goal. Gardner. Oh, what is that for a bad touch? Dunkshare. Ikonen does well. Just control it, slip it inside. Augustin has time to control. Castaneda. Weirdly, this is working quite nicely. Over the top, Zahidi's got the pace. One touch. Zahidi, saved by Dehaan, and we really should be winning this match now. I don't think we're quite going to do it, but the signs are encouraging for us at the moment, at least. Ball in. Gardner, over the crossbar again, and another chance goes begging. Looks like it is going to be 2 games this season that we've not scored a goal in. First clean sheet of the season potentially on the cards, though, which is, I guess, something positive. Not super positive, to be fair. Right, Traore, go on, son. Outside, you've got options left, right, centre, above, below, underneath, everything. Traore, back post, come on, son. Oh, such a poor cross. And it probably is going to be a 0-0. A 0-0 that I think we've deserved to win, and that's actually it. The game has decided to finish there. That's really disappointing. I think that on the balance of play, we've deserved to win that match. We haven't quite managed it. Stephen Gardner put in an excellent performance, and it's probably won man of the match for that. But the chances were there, and we should have won the game. Really bad overall. Right then, guys, we are back on the day of the game away at Silkeborg, and this one actually is on television. I assume they realised the significance of this one, what with them being our massive bogey team. Now, unfortunately, the result in the last match did knock us out of any opportunity of actually getting into the championship group. We also can't finish any lower than 10th, so I guess that's a good thing. The highest place we can finish is 8th if we finish above Bromby and Esbjerg. Esbjerg are at home to Lingby, which would be a tough one, and Bromby are away to Midtjylland. So there is technically potential for us if we can come up with a win here against bottom of the table Silkeborg. It doesn't help that they did beat us earlier this season. However, they have lost 5 games in a row and are looking nailed on for relegation from this league. So hopefully we can do something slightly better against them today, but I have a plan. So the plan is this, because I think the last game we actually played quite well, and I think 9 times out of 10, if that game is played 10 times, we win it 9 of those times probably. We played well enough to get the result, but it just wasn't our day. A 0-0 is the first time we've had a 0-0 in a live com in this entire save, I think. But what I want to do today is I think there is something to be said about the idea of going counter against these types of teams. It looks like they're going to be playing the same tactic they played against us when we had the 4-all, not the one they used against us in the cup, which is annoying because we know how to beat that one. Aldo Seifi is back in training, but he's not fit enough to play in today's game, so Ollie Ikonen will keep his place. Gardner, Bravo, Svenningson, Traore, Santos, Rogers Jr., Moscutsa, Ikonen, Augustin, Roland, and Castaneda will play. On the bench, Garcia, Seifi, Kowalczyk, Zahidi, Ruddy, Xavier Andorra, the Andorran American who is now playing for Andorra and getting caps for them, and of course St. Brendan. Now things start going not that well for us with the Snowpiercer on counter then. We can obviously change things up, but I wanted to give us room to move into a game, and if we got into the lead, maybe be a little bit more defensively secure if we did do that. They've lost 7 in a row. We really do need to pile on the pressure today and get this win. Gives us a chance of finishing 8th and getting all those extra points, because we came 7th in the first half of the season. Oh god. And 8th wouldn't be that much less money, I wouldn't have thought. So it'd still be a decent amount of wonga coming into the club if we can get 8th place. I'm sure 10th is fine as well, but I'd rather get, as much money as physically possible. Dalgor, Jurgensen, Skidler over the bar, that's fine by me. Just get a win. Very narrow for some reason. Don't know why they were. Svenningson, he's got to look across. Bravo. Gardner, oh, what a chance that was for Stevie G. That's another chance we've missed in games. It's something we don't normally do. We're usually very good at putting our chances away. Ikonen, it's interesting to see a centre-back that's this good at taking corners. Gardner, cleared away, looking long. Nicely brought down by Ikonen. This isn't better. Oh, that's not so good. Kirskov. Uh-oh. Okles is in. Just don't... Oh, for goodness sake. Five defenders. 5. All because Santos can't complete a simple pass. Like, this ball is in behind the defender. That's fine. But he's getting back quick enough and just seems to stop for no apparent reason. And how is he getting that ball into the box like that? Christ on a bike. Right. One of my assistant's instructions was to actually turn and get stuck in this game. I don't know why, but I'm going to give it a crack today. Santos, Roland. We're going to obviously push out a little bit more once the game progresses a little bit, but I don't want to immediately throw it onto attacking, because that used to get us in all kinds of trouble in the past. Moscuza, Traore, Svenningsson, and it's saved again. He's offside, never mind. Right, I've decided we're going to go to attacking at this point. It's this bloody team, Silkeborg, swear to God. Back for Rogers. Let's get some pressure mounting. These guys are not very good. Gardner, bravo! Oh, for goodness sake, he's hit the post. The strikers just seem to have completely lost their bottle. We haven't exactly created massive amounts of chances in this game so far, but what we have created has been very good. Svenningsson, Santos Svenningsson hits the post again! Oh my God. This is crazy. That's twice now in this game we've hit the post. There's got to be a goal coming for us in this game. It feels like it. Traore, use your man outside. Or don't. Bravo. Somebody use him. Traore, Rogers Jr. Back post. Svenningsson! He's hit the post again. He's hit the post again. I don't know what he was doing, but he's hit the post again. Right. I don't know how it's 1-0 Silkeborg. We've actually played quite well and in many respects probably deserve to be at least level. And, well, Brøndby are winning their game away at Midtjylland incredibly, so the best we can hope for really is a 9th place. But it's right there for us if we want it. It has to be. I think we should hit early crosses in this second half because we're completing a lot of them, but I also think we might just close down a tiny little bit less because they're not really doing a lot with the ball. We're the ones on top, and I want to kind of keep it that way. If it gets to like 60 minutes and this game is still the way it is, then we're going to do the old move our centre-back up into midfield. How is that ball getting all the way through? Move a centre-back up into midfield and really try and push for it for the final sort of half an hour of this game because we've got nothing to lose at this point. We know what money's on the line for us. Oh my God. He's just lumping it aimlessly forward. Are you having a laugh? I don't know what it is about us today. We've played well enough in both of these games to have goals, and somehow we've not scored a goal in either of the bloody games. It just baffles me. Defender, what is number 44 doing? He doesn't even bother to try and jump against this guy. He's not likely to be that tall. Well, I guess it's time for overload then. It's so frustrating. I don't know what... This is the same thing that's been going on throughout this sort of after Christmas. Except now we're actually playing all right in games and still not able to do anything with them, which is what's most frustrating. Today, we should be at least level in this match. We've played well enough to get a goal. Gardner. And he's offside. No, not really, no. Sounds dumb, but I'm going to get Zahidi on to play on that right-hand side because of his pace. Put him at right wing-back and see if he can't try and do something ridiculous for us when standing out there. Now, obviously, he'll struggle in other areas of the team defensively, but we mainly want him for an attacking threat at this point, so we might as well let someone else handle the defensive duties. Gardner, bravo, use Svenningsson. Svenningsson's through. Svenningsson's through. And he scored. Jonas Svenningsson finally puts us into this game. I cannot believe we were 2-0 down before that had to happen. But we've got a goal back early enough that makes me think there might still be something on this for us. But why is it we always have to come from ridiculously amounts of goals down against Silkeborg? We can't ever just do things the easy way. This is a great finish. He really took his time over that, which is surprising considering we're on overload. But Svenningsson gets his goal. About bloody time. Right then, here we go again. Rogers Jr. Over the top for Gardner. Bravo. And saved by Højbjerg. That is another good chance. Right. Substitutions now. Traore's not been amazing, so we're going to get Kowalczyk in just for some extra strength there. Ikkenen's looking a little on the knackered side, so perhaps Julian Ruddy to come in and just get some extra height. Tolbro. Jørgensen. Skeet. Uh-oh. Tolbro. That's it. I'm done. I'm becoming a makeup vlogger. I've had enough. Skeet steps up, and it's 3-1 to Silkeborg. You know, sometimes you just can't win, can you? I feel like this is hard on us as well, to be honest. We've had enough chances today to have as... I don't know. Both of these games, like, I feel like in the last episode, we lost both games and deserved to. Today, I feel like we're going to take 1 point from 2 games that we probably could have taken at least 4 from. We should have beaten Esbjerg in the last game. And this one, I feel like a draw would have been totally fair. And now that Brøndby are losing as well, it would have given us even more opportunity. Bravo. Svenningsson's through again, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. We really are just determined to muff this up, aren't we? Because these are the kind of teams we're going to have to play against in the... Augustin over the bar in the next round of fixtures, and we've got to be careful. Roland looking long for Svenningsson. He's into the channel. Make it 3-2 or something. He's going to shoot, isn't he? No? Gardner? he'd have been better off bloody shooting, to be honest. I don't know what that was for a pass. Okals is now in behind. Defender might get there. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a win for Silkeborg. And I'm gutted about that because I think we deserve something from this game again, but you don't always get what you deserve. I think we were good enough to get points in this match. Svenningsson got a goal for us, but I don't know. The wheels have just come off. We can't score goals anymore. I don't know what it is. We really do seem to be struggling. We've got a lot of penalties over the past month or so, which has really buffed the stats a little bit. But for some reason, the strikers have just stopped scoring. And it's nothing to do with the build-up play. I think the build-up play is still good. The key passes are there. We're creating clear-cut opportunities, half chances. The strikers just aren't putting the ball in the net anymore. And it's really weird. So yeah, I feel like that was pretty harsh on us, but what can you do? Right, so relegation stage. Which group are we in? We're in the group with SecondYellowCard, Kurgia, and Silkeborg. Now, the way this works is we get to play less games because we're in this group, which is, I guess, a bonus, but then you get playoff matches afterwards. So I believe what happens now, and don't quote me on this because this could be totally wrong, is if we finish in the top 2 of our group, we go into some weird playoff thingy to somehow get into the Europa League or something, or do you have to win your group for that? And like the bottom 4 go into another one, which then the losers of that play in the playoffs, or one of them gets relegated. I don't bloody know. I honestly have no idea. The point is, I think we're pretty good on points, to be fair. You know, we've got more points than Kurgia, Silkeborg, Randers, and AGF, and those are 4 sides that we really need to finish above. Everything else I think will be all right, and hopefully we can pull out a few wins against these teams, but it really does seem to be struggle work at the moment. I don't know why, it just really is. So yeah, if you could let me know in the comments what is actually required of us to stay up from this point, that would be just ace, because I really don't understand it myself. But I think we're in a good position to stay up comfortably. Our goal difference is better than most of the teams around us. I'm still disappointed that the season fell off in the way that it did, but what can you do, you know? So, I guess since there's very few games left, we might as well... Oh, we've got to play Silkeborg twice more. Are you having a fucking laugh? That'll be 5 times we've played them this year. Okay. SecondYellowCard and Vela in the cup at home. That's going to be an interesting one in the cup. There's a potential cup run in there for us as well, because we are at home after all. Then we've got Silkeborg at home, Kurgia away, SecondYellowCard away, and we're going to come back for Kurgia at home and Silkeborg away for the final games of the season, I think. I don't really know. There might be more stuff after that. We'll have to see. If there's playoffs, obviously, you'll see them all here on the channel. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, do be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be cool. Despite the sort of relatively poor form after Christmas, I'm as disappointed as you are, and I really do think it is just down to the strikers not being able to put the ball in there over these last couple of games, particularly. But if you have enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. That would be awesome, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the final 2 games of the season, I think. Unless there's more stuff to come, do let me know. I'll be very interested to find out. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.